Hello and welcome to today's crystal ball reading. I'm really sorry that I haven't been on much lately, but I did say I would do an early stream a few days ago, and oh, just got the messages there. And yeah, so I'm here with an early stream finally, once and for all. I'm here with an early stream. I will have to sort out some member streams for the rest of the month. Luckily, we do still have a little bit of time left to do some of those member streams. So yeah, really apologies guys for kind of letting my personal life get in the way of streaming right now. But these things happen, and we keep moving, and we keep going, and we keep moving. So, so let's see. Sekhmet Flame, hello, welcome. Carolyn, hello. Pooja, Sid, Guided by Universe. T Butterfly, hello. Oh, it's strange. Your names have changed from like, I think it's username to like handle, I think. So I think some of you have slightly different names. So, okay. So, I'm doing very well. I hope you are well. I'm okay. So, this stream is going to be about an hour. There probably won't be a stream this evening, but let me see. Yeah, no, we will we will revert to our usual programming very soon. I do promise that. But I have time now. I'm jumping on now, so please get as many questions in as you can at the moment. I have an event tomorrow and a lot of bookings, so if I can get on tomorrow evening, I will do. But it's most likely going to be Tuesday that I will be back with longer streams from Tuesday, most likely. But yes, an hour today. So the cards we have, mix the cards up a little bit. So we have Sufi Wisdom, Love, Angel, Akashic is back, Unicorn, and Moon Magic. So yeah, I will get to questions though, and I hope the sound is okay. T Butterfly, do you have a different username? I feel like you have been in before. Let me know. I feel like it's familiar, but welcome. So we have a new member. Handle is T Butterfly. Love, light, and blessings. It's so lovely to have new members, and I'm so grateful for people who stay members with me, even when I'm being a bit flaky right now. I really greatly appreciate that. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Shout out to you. Sorry, I clicked some. What have I clicked? Oh no. Okay, so let's try. Sid, first question, I think. When I had a dream about my ex, Alex, was it actually a spirit taking his form who is essentially interested in me? A reader said this and it sounds bizarre, okay? So I am guessing a no. I'm guessing a no on that, but this can happen. It actually can happen. Spirits can take the forms of people and things like that to be kind of manipulative and sneaky. Like dark entities and even fae can do this, you know. So yeah, but I'm guessing a no on that for that question, but it can happen. Mangala, is my husband faking to be good, or is he really trying to change what's on his mind? Okay. Yeah, I am actually feeling the energy of trying to change, of wanting to change. I do feel that, so I do get that. Pooja, what does my guide have to say about the soulmate connection yet to come into my life? Okay, we'll see if we can get like a quick little message about that. Thank you for the likes on the video, greatly appreciate that. So the one thing I would say is that they're highly, highly supportive of this. They're highly supportive of this, and I do feel like it's almost a message of like you you're ready for this, you're deserving of this, you know? You should get what you deserve, you know? Jasmine, I had a dream about Phil earlier this morning. What was the point of the stream? Okay. It seems mostly like your subconscious and your soul especially, you know, is having a lot of difficulty completely disconnecting from this. So it's still playing on your mind, coming up on your mind. Tamika, will my future husband's father be Jewish or mother be Jewish? Okay. I'm guessing a yes to both with that one. Sid says, does my directional guardian still have lessons to do next week? Yes. I guess a yes on that. Hey, hey, hello, welcome. Ash's thoughts for me today, okay? I'm not getting anything for today, unfortunately. Mangala, why does he agree for vacation and celebrate our anniversary he never celebrated? So I do feel a bit of guilt coming up there. It does kind of feel like, um, yeah, I would say guilt. I would say guilt with that one. But like I say, just I have been a member before. Well, it's lovely to have you as a member. I'm so so grateful to you guys, and yeah, I'm I'm still going to do channeling for those who haven't had a channeling yet, and we will do some more crystal balls. I know I'm still due to do a heart crystal ball, so I do apologise for taking this time. Daniela, will we see each other again? Roberto, okay. It seems possible, but it seems like low prominence, unfortunately. Carolyn, has Christopher been thinking about contacting me? I feel like he has been keeping himself busy to ignore the situation, though. I don't think this is working. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing a yes to that. Sorry. Sorry. Hope that wasn't loud. Buddha Mito? Hello, Marco. Sorry, I can't pronounce the names properly. Um, Butterfly says Venus. Are we able to ask for an angel? Yes, angel card for Butterfly. So you have leadership. Archangel Gabriel. It is time for you to assume a leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So you have an area in your life where you need to take the lead and take control. Doesn't necessarily mean that like you need to be like a manager or you need to be in like a high position in a workplace, but it can be a different situation where you kind of need to take control a little bit. It can be in like within a connection, or it can be maybe on a spiritual path, but somewhere where you need to take a leadership role and be a bit more in control. So think about that. And also Archangel Gabriel can help you with that as well. Maybe if you're unsure about the part of your life that needs help, or if you are sure but you just want guidance with it, you know, or have questions about it. Um, Lisa says, can I get a romance card in regards to all they have been calling me, but I've been ignored to disconnect. So a romance angel for all. Okay. So it says with your shadow, accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. So we can get this card if the person we're kind of dating or thinking about or whatever it is, if they are flawed, and you know it's kind of that message of think about yourself. You are also flawed. We can hold space for people to have flaws, but as long as they are showing that they want to work on themselves, you know, if someone's flawed and they're just totally happy with it, we do need to walk away. But if they're showing that they want to work on themselves, then we need to hold space for the fact that nobody's perfect, you know? And I think that's pretty true. Danielle says, oh no, sorry, I flicked the chat by accident. I know it's up to Daniela. Oh, I can't get back to it. Daniela. I can't find it. Bear with me. A card, love card for my boyfriend, Daniela. Okay. Forgive and release. You are stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. Yes, you know, anger is a very normal emotion, and you're allowed to feel it, but there's always a positive way to release it, and we step into the energy of forgiving and healing and learning and holding space for people if we can, you know. Tamika says, when will the death insurance from my mother come to me? It's giving me like a maximum of 6 months as a time frame, so hopefully before that. There seems to be a good energy in around a 2-month period, but a maximum of 6 months seems to be the time frame. Mr. Blue, hello and welcome. AA, does Asha plan to meet me, and if yes, when? So I do get yes, but I'm not getting a time frame. It's almost like I'm not it's not planned out, but there is desire there. Mangala, how long does my husband show me this positive attitude towards me? Do you see him changing again and conflicts? Okay, so can he keep us up, and how long will it be for? So I do see the possibility. It looks a little bit low prominence at the moment, so I see the possibility of keeping it up for a long term is around 40%. So hopefully, you know, it's less than 50, which is not what we want, but it does show that there is wiggle room there, you know. So hopefully, wishing for the best for you. Pooja, back when Anne got engaged to A, after that he confessed about the regret for leaving me in our connection. Pulls him somewhere. Did he truly felt about what he said? Okay. Yes, I do get a yes on that. Tamika says, when will I start a new job? So I'm guessing December is the most prominent time, but it does feel like you have the energy around you. It could happen. It feels like it's very in your current energies, if that makes sense. So it could be in your current chapter, but December's giving the highest possibility. AA, how does be my boss think about me and my work so far? Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling positive energy on that. It feels good. Mr. Blue says, how is my future looking? So we don't ask broad questions, so I will just go over this in case anybody is new. So hello and welcome if you are new. I am Venus, this is Secret Frequencies, and we do different types of readings on here all the time. Sorry, I need to be comfortable. So we do different types of readings on here all the time. We do crystal ball, pendulum, tarot, bone reading, flower reading, all different types of readings. And for crystal ball, we ask specific questions. So if I was to say to do a future reading for you, it would take about 30 to 40 minutes, you know? So I can't spend that much time with each person, which is why on the streams, we do ask more pinpointed specific questions. If you want a full in-depth reading from me, my prices are very reasonable, and my website's in the description of the video. So it's secretfrequencies.com/shop. And that is in the description if anyone wants to check it out. It's, you know, all of my sessions are very reasonably priced. It's one-on-one sessions for spells like love and money, energy work like cleansers, Reiki, sound healing, and I also have my readings, some more in-depth readings. So yes, you can go ahead and check that out if you want, but I will still pull you a card. So let's do a card for Mr. Blue. We'll do Akashic, and we have, oh no, I don't feel like that's for you. Let's do, let me shuffle them because I'm not feeling the energy of that. So Mr. Blue. Okay. The Lightning Bolt, 8 of Forces. Okay. So the Lightning Bolt is an interesting card for Mr. Blue. So this is all about, it's kind of like a big change on the life path that happens without, it's outside of you. So it's not you making a change, it's a change that you can't really control. So it's a change that's out of your control. And what happens is, you can't control it, but you kind of can control how you react to it. But the reason for this big change happening, it could be positive, but it could be negative. You know, it can go either way. But what it does is it's realigning your path. The reason for this change is to realign your path. And you'll notice when you're further down the line why that change happened. And even if it's a negative change, sometimes there can be loss, you know, there can be difficulties. But further down the line, we look back and we say, okay, if that didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. And we realise that was for the best. So yeah, but when this comes, so this is in your current chapter, you might, a key indicator for knowing when this might occur is you might start to see 555 angel numbers, the fives in the angel numbers. So just bear that in mind as well. So that was for Mr. Blue. Caroline, so you look fabulous, by the way. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. 007 says, can you help me with lotto numbers for tonight's draw? No, I'm sorry. I do not do that. So Mohammed says hello. Swords like lightning. Hello, welcome. Mohammed says, how does Lulu feelings towards me now? What's her next action? Okay. The feelings are okay. They do seem pretty neutral. I don't feel like there's too much bad energy there, but I do feel like there's not a lot of plans for action. There's not a lot of like wanting to reach out or wanting to hang out or anything like that. I'm really sorry to say. Pooja says, will it be a physical marriage with the soulmate person, and if so, when? It gets a yes on this, but it does seem to be quite distant. It does seem to be quite distant. So maybe I would say like 2029, something like that. Mangala says, does he still want to bring his parents to our home and live with them? Okay. Yes, I do get a yes on that. Riza Begum, hello and welcome. General reading. Well, for a general reading, I'll pull you an Akashic. So you can have the Ascent. Excuse me. So the Ascent is all about our desires, goals, dreams, manifestations, things you're trying to make happen. So for Riza, I think, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So if we look at the card, there's a man on top of a mountain. So he's on top of the mountain, the sun is shining, it's a nice day, he's made it to the top. So it's all about reaching your goals, reaching your dreams, reaching your desires, getting there, and it being what you wanted, it being very positive and nice. But we don't ignore the fact in this card that he is on a mountain. He's climbed a mountain. It's very difficult. It's struggles, it's challenges, it's difficulties, it's, you know, pushing against the tide a little bit. So that's the thing with the Ascent. It's like the positive side's like, oh yes, your dreams are going to come true, but the negative side's like, after a lot of hard work, you know? So they're the two sides of the card. It's more a support card than when you are pushing against the tide and when you are going through challenges. You kind of think back to the card and you think, okay, it's not in vain. It is for a purpose. The manifestation will come. I have to just keep going, you know? So that's the Ascent for Riza. Mohammed says, I miss you. I miss you guys. I miss streaming. I do miss it. I feel like I have to have a certain energy. I mean, I do for work anyway, but it's like I have to have a certain energy and I have to have a certain amount of it. And I don't feel like work drains me, but if I'm drained, it's different. You know, I do have to be at a certain level. When I'm usually at a certain level for my day to day, and I'm usually fine. But when I drop, I need to recognize that and take into account what I can and can't do. Been doing, I have been doing like some one-on-one sessions and things. I haven't completely stopped everything, but it's about knowing what I can tap into. And I know a lot of you guys sent me positive energy and healing energy because, like, I put on the post, I got a huge wave of it all coming. I feel like it all kind of came together and it came to me at 5 p.m. yesterday, and I really felt it. And I was like, oh gosh, thank you, thank you guys. Jasmine says I've seen a profile on Facebook and a profile on Instagram that made me think these people look like high level soulmates, or even one of these people him, and why am I thinking this? Okay. I'm getting a no on this, but there's kind of this energy that you're kind of allowing your external energies and your attractions to go to other places. You're kind of opening yourself up to these new possibilities. So you might be feeling things that maybe you wouldn't have felt about seeing certain people's profiles. You know, back if you were like super focused on Phil or super focused on something else. It feels like an opening to me, like you're like not in a negative way, in a positive way. Like your energy's like, okay, I'm open to receiving like all of these different types of love and where that might come from. So that's nice. Mangala says, do you see conflicts between us again in coming weeks? His mood swings a lot. Okay. I do feel like yes, so I'm guessing yes, but it feels like there's more effort to work on it, more effort to make it, to minimize it, or to make it shorter, or to, try. It does feel like more effort. Butterfly, 6 on always, I'm about to start leadership role. Amazing! Best of luck with it. Love, light, and blessings to you. I hope you have the best of luck. And you're welcome as well to Mangala. My comment is, how does Sophia feelings towards me now? Will she make confession about her feelings? There does seem to be a possibility of making a confession, yes. Jasmine, thank you for moderating, I appreciate that. Deepa, hello and welcome. Carolyn, what type of energy does Christopher have towards me? Okay. So the main things I guess are the attraction, which is it's encompassed, it's physical and deeper than just physical. But then I also get that nervous energy, that kind of nervous, shaky energy, I do get that as well. Mangla, does my mother-in-law happy? Is your mother-in-law happy that me and your husband are celebrating our anniversary in our relationship? That's getting better, or is she unhappy and can manipulate? Okay. I feel like her energy is curious. It's kind of like, it's not unhappy, but it's, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I don't feel happiness as such. I feel almost like it's a little bit judgy, But I wouldn't say it's like really wishing it to fail as such. But I do feel like it's quite judgy. So yeah, sorry about that. Pooja, some insights on I am and how I'm resisting the soulmate connection in my energy space so that I can work on it. Okay. I wouldn't say that you're resisting it altogether. I just feel like you can be too focused on the past or too focused on different connections. So we we don't we can block ourselves. Like, don't get me wrong, I know we can have blocks in the path, but a lot of the time it's like not being present and open to these new things coming to us. We're too focused on the past, or we're too focused on a specific person, and we hone in on that, and then where if you're looking like this and the opportunity's there, you miss it. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. It's just about not boxing yourself in too much to one connection, and being really open to a new connection that might be better. Deepa, is my turning point in life coming in the next 2 months? Turning point in a positive sense. I feel like 3 months. I feel like 3 months. I feel like it's more like maybe mid to end January time that feels more prominent. Allah, hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. I am beginning to feel a lot better. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And yes, I do apologize, and I really appreciate the patience and the positive energy and everything like that. Jasmine says, "What do my guides say about Phil and me still choosing to hold on?" Okay. Yeah, so I always feel a softness for this. I always feel a accepting it and being quite soft around it, because there's a great understanding, about how the soul filters through. Like, from we have like the divine energy, which is like maybe God or whatever you perceive it, and then we have these different layers. We come down to our human like dense level, and dense level, and our soul is filtering through here. When we have twin flames, the guides that are at higher levels, they hold a lot of space for the twin flame energy. They do understand, what that is in terms of like the soul energy coming from the divine, if that makes sense. So how that soul is filtered through into this realm, they understand it. They will always understand it. Mohammed says, "What color of motorcycle should I buy that bring fortune and prosperity?" Okay. So I'm actually getting blue. I'm actually getting blue, which I would have said red personally myself. Um, for myself, red's a very abundant colour, but I'm getting blue for you specifically. Ella, could I please ask you Andrea's feelings for me, please? Yes. Yeah, I feel positive because it does feel like I do kind of still feel this upward trajectory. I'm keep feeling like there's a bit more of a softening, a bit more of a softening, a bit more of a maybe allowing himself to feel those guilt and those emotions and whatever it might be. Like, I do feel like, because that's important. Even if the feelings are all negative, like, oh, it's guilt and it's doubt and it's fear and it's all those things, as long as they're not being suppressed and they're being thought about and considered, I do think it's positive. So they're kind of there, but the softness and that kind of upward trajectory is there as well. And Al says, "Does he want me in his?" Yes, I do feel that. I'm still feeling that at the moment. We can always keep a check on these things, but at the moment, yes, I am feeling that. Lisa says, "If M reports Al business for using Kara dress, will the state have him change it?" Okay. Yes, I guess a yes on that. Thank you, Jasmine. Riza says, "Is Morshid Abdullah coming next year in my life?" Okay. I feel like low energy on that at the moment. I'm really sorry to say that. I feel quite oh, low prominence on that. I'm sorry. Mohammed says, "When will I get a new job, Venus?" Okay. This energy feels like it's coming in. It feels a bit prominent right now. So I would say within a month for you. I would say within a month. Firebird. Oh, so let me just go over. So we do only have about half an hour left, maybe just over half an hour. So if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We do readings like this all the time, so subscribe and stay with us. But this specific crystal ball, if you are new, it's best to leave your full name and date of birth with your first few questions. It helps me to connect with your energy. When you see a psychic in person, it's easy to connect with energy in person. It's that the full name and date of birth helps a little bit online. You don't have to. I'll still do your question if you don't, but it helps. And I'm behind in the chat, so it does take me a while to catch up. So only post your question once, and I should get to it. If I can get to it within the next 30 to 40 minutes, I will get to it. So don't keep posting, don't spam the chat. And specific questions for the crystal ball. You can refer to other people in the chat to know what kind of questions to ask. You can always refer to Jasmine's post in the chat. She posts in capital letters. She's helping you guys out there, so please do refer to that. And yes, that should be everything. So let's get on with it. If you urgently need your question answered, you can send a super chat. If you don't, you can have a bit of patience, and I would appreciate that. So yes, let's move on. Thank you, Firebird. I appreciate that. Crystal says, "Hi Venus, will my ex Nixon come back to me?" Carry on. Okay, let's see. feel high prominence on that. I feel like that is likely. Mangala says, do you see if he is trying to manipulate me or planning something? Okay. That energy is there. So the unfortunate thing is, I feel like the manipulative energy is there within him. I feel like he does have that potential. At the moment, I feel like he's trying to be sincere. So I do feel like there's work, trying to. But I would, if you're going to progress forward, if you're going to, see it through and see what happens, I would just be cautious. That's what I would say. My comment is any card for me, especially love or finance. Okay, so we'll do a love. There we are. So you have overthinking. Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues which weren't there at first. There we are. So you have that overthinking. And then we have Sufi wisdom, which is finding the right path. You are the driver and the navigator. So you need to really push yourself to find that right work path, that right money path. Finding the right path is available to you, but you need to push yourself to find it. Ella says, could I please have a love card for Andrea and I? Okay. No, I don't know why I'm looking in the ball for that. Of course you can. I don't know what's going on with this. It keeps changing, like the lighting. It's kind of making me feel strange. So, deepening. A relationship will finally deepen in the next few months. You have been waiting for this. Okay. Very positive omen on the connection there. Getting to that level that you're wanting it to get to. Whew. Let's take a sigh of relief. Mr. Blue, you're welcome. Pusha, if I choose to go with the soulmate connection, will it hinder my twin flame journey? Or is it there to help me move forward on my twin flame journey? If I choose the soulmate connection, will it hinder my twin flame journey? Okay. No, I don't feel it will hinder it because I feel like it's already at a standstill at the moment. It's kind of your natural progression, and it is supported. Mangla, is he planning to buy another home and live there? No, I guess a no on that. Firehead says, what underhand way does Mrs. W employ to sabotage applications for temp promotion? Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% with this one, but there does seem like there's some level of favoritism going on somewhere. It does seem like there's some level of favoritism and um, not not everything being um, by the rules, if that makes sense. More like the favoritism is taking the lead over the rules. Camera Cha? I don't know how to say your name, but hello and welcome. James Duncan, hello and welcome. Godfrey, is Derek Okora your dad? Ah, that's such a funny question. Sam! Sam! It was Sam, wasn't it? The spirit he was apparently talking to. That's so funny. I'm so sorry. I want to screenshot that if I can. Um, how to do it? I don't know. Oh, I'll have to do it after the stream. But yeah, I find that funny. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Liverpool, I understand this person has been going through a lot. Are we going to go anywhere, or am I wasting my time with the areas I'm currently dealing with? Okay. Okay, so it does seem like there's a possibility, but it seems like a lot of conflict, a lot of compromise, a lot of pushing against the tide, a lot of hard work. I would say that, you know, it's almost like needing to wear this person down to get them to where you want them, and I feel like it's effort. I feel like you might have a better, smoother path somewhere else, but if you really, you know, all in on this connection, it can work, but there's going to be a bit of efforts and challenges. Oh, someone loves me. Well, I love you all, guys. Firebird, how has Scorpio been feeling about Mrs. W? Okay. The attraction is still there, but it just seems to be lesser. It doesn't seem to be as strong now. Mohammed, if I take name Ionia for my brand or business, will it bring fortune, prosperity, or profits? Ionia. Sorry if I don't pronounce it correctly, but I will focus on it anyway. I guess a yes on that. Arumi says hello. Is working at my night job the way that I'll meet the mutual acquaintance between us and myself? I guess a yes on that actually. Jasmine, what are Randall's thoughts and feelings towards me, and has he finally moved on? I do feel like there's still some desire, some connection. There's still a little something there. I wouldn't say fully moved on, but I would say there's a lot of intention to move on, a lot of efforts, but I don't feel fully now. I wouldn't say fully. Arumi, I'm waiting for an appointment at a large hospital in 2 weeks for an eye condition. Will I receive the right treatment for it? Okay. So I'm guessing a yes. Like I always say, guys, you're very welcome to ask your medical questions, but always double check things with the appropriate healthcare professionals, anything like that, you know. But best of luck to you with that, and love, life, and blessings. Mohammed says, which chakra that has already activated on me? Okay, so chakras activating it's a difficult one because the our chakras are we're always having different activations, different amplifications, you might say, balancing of different chakras, depending on the areas of life that we're more focused on or that we're progressing on, or emotional changes, spiritual changes, all affecting our chakras all the time. We've probably all had some level of activation on each of your chakras at some point, but yeah, what I would say is the most important thing is to have balanced chakras. People always say, I want to open this chakra. Well, too open is just as bad as too closed. We want balanced chakras. So yeah, I would say you've probably had activations in all of them at some point. But I can check which chakras may be at the forefront that you might need to focus on for this chapter. Maybe that might help. And I'm getting root. I'm getting root for you. Aroni says, how much longer will I be taking injections for hives? Okay. I'm getting a 3 to 6 month period with that, but again, medical questions, just my little disclaimer from earlier. But Mangala says, is it possible if you're showing good because to bring his parents or sell the house and move somewhere? He knows that I won't live with his parents, okay? It seems like a possibility. It seems like something that's in his mind, yes. Rumi, is S working on manifesting me or love into his life? I guess a no on that one. Pooja says, since it has been seen earlier that union with M might not happen in this lifetime, so is there a lot of inner work or ascensions to be done on my part that would take up the rest of my lifetime? Yes, it would say yes on that. Aries, hello and welcome. It's nice to see you. When is the last time my partner shopped for engagement rings, and when is he going to look again? Okay. I'm not seeing a last time, but I'm seeing a possibility of looking around December time. Arumi says, I'm so excited I caught you alive and happy to see you again. Yeah, and I needed to get a stream at this time done. You guys are great, and I know a lot of you need the earlier streams, so I just needed to make sure I was at least getting an earlier stream in. Um, as I'm pretty busy tomorrow, could maybe do a late stream tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Pooja says, oh, sorry, Arumi, when do you see a long term relationship and commitment coming for me? I feel like beginning of February is most prominent. Pooja says, and eventually physical union with Anne would happen in next lifetime. Um, Do we check if that would happen in the next lifetime? I feel like it's the most prominent that would be next lifetime at the moment. What comment says what niche on social media that fits on me and makes a lot of money? Thanks. Niche on social media. Yeah. So, um, with things like this one, we're sifting through a lot of different options that you could have in terms of like money, finances, like what's your goal in your life path. It can be difficult to hone in on one specific thing. It's what sometimes what I would request people to do is give me like a list, and I can say no and yes and no to the ones that you're thinking of, because it's kind of broad because there's so many options and opportunities for that. And also it aligns with your life a lot of the time, not always, but sometimes our work path aligns with our life mission. And I'm not really allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to just tell someone their life mission. So, but if you give me like a list of things, I could say like a prominent energy and low prominent energy, two things like that. It's kind of difficult. We have some people in the chat where or in the community where we're kind of sometimes try to plan more money, business, career field orientated stream, because I do think it's important. I think it's important that we all kind of progress onto the higher path for that. So yes, I do want to do a stream specified for that. Aries says, if I hire a probate attorney, am I going to be able to get back from my father's inheritance, even going to be able to get money back from my father's inheritance, even if my younger brother is the beneficiary? Will I still get money back from his house that my brother sold? That your brother sold, okay. It seems like low prominence. I do think there's a possibility of it, but it seems low prominence. It might be the low prominence it might be like linked to you need to find the right person, the right firm, the right people to deal with that, who can do it properly and do it right, because it does seem like low prominence. Firebird says, is Miss W being sneaky in authority to strategically limit my work success and satisfaction? No, I couldn't say that. I was going to say satisfaction. Was it her decision to regulate me and do an easy area location of work? Yes, I'm getting ticks and ticks. It's yes, yes, yes to those questions, I'm sorry to say. Conception timeline for Aries. December and March are coming up as most prominent at the moment. Tanya, hello. Stola, hello. Tanya says, what does Onov? I never know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Think about me physically, okay? It's positive energy. It's high positive energy. I do feel like there's physical attraction there. Aries, what's my partner's current intentions for our future? Feels very locked in to long term, and I do feel like the housing situation's a lot more prominent on the mind. Like we should live together, Aries says, am I going to be getting a new job at all before the end of this year? I feel like yes for that for you. Jasmine, I see influencer filled content frequently at the top of my Instagram. Why is this? Like, does it have a special meaning, or is it just an algorithm thing? Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's an important part of the if you're going to disconnect from the twin flame path for a little bit, I feel like it's an important distraction, and this is kind of an important person who can kind of be a support in some way. Does that make sense? Tanya, I'm good, thank you very much. I hope you're well. Two butterflies, so glad you're feeling better. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Mangala says, do you see if our anniversary celebration go well, or how will his behaviour be for the next few days? Okay. Yeah, I feel like the behaviour is going to be a little bit calmer, a little bit more manageable for the next few days. I do feel like there could be positive energy around this anniversary, so hoping that you do go down that path. Firebird says, how does Scorpio feel about R, his ex, and his intentions with her? It feels very neutral and pushed to the side. I don't really feel like there's much thought about this person at the moment. Star says, how does Derek see the future for the two of us? Okay. How does Derek see the future? Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's an idea of it being pretty bright, positive, you know. I feel like, yes, there's some good energy there. Arumi says, will I be working for SDW Centre this winter or somewhere else? Feeling more a push to SDW with that. So I hope that's good news. Shelly says, hi everybody, hope you are having a good day. Shelly, that's so sweet. I hope you are too. Mr. Spray USA, do you believe in God? Where do you get this information from? I do believe in God in a sense, maybe not in the same way as you. Um, Nashram Begum, can you read mine? So guys, yeah, so I'll just pull cards. So we don't have too much long left. Probably we have about 15 to 20 minutes. But I'll just say again, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and we do readings like this all the time. So feel free to subscribe and stay with me. I usually do longer streams, only on for an hour today, but I usually do longer streams. So you're very welcome. We have some bone reading, goblin tarot coming up, love past, present, and future love readings, and some flower reading coming up as well as some crystal balls. So feel free to stay with me. But yeah, so it's specific questions for the crystal ball. It is best to leave your full name and date of birth with your first question. If you don't want to do that, I will still do a reading for you. But for Nasrin Begum, I'll just pull you a Acacia card for now. You have the Queen of Roses. Okay, so the Queen of Keys, not roses. You have the Queen of Keys. So the Queen of Keys is usually about a positive change in the kind of root chakra energy. So the location, maybe finding the right location that you want to live in, or um, finding the right home if you're looking for a home, getting a good deal on your mortgage if you're looking for a mortgage or rent or whatever it might be. It's very positive energy in terms of rooting down somewhere, putting your roots somewhere, and the home. So it's very kind of physical based. It's like, sometimes it can link to a job. It's like keys to more like your the empire. If you're trying to like build something really positive, it can be a job, but a lot of the time it is linked to the home. It's kind of knowing where you want to live or settling down, or maybe someone asking you to move in with them or you asking them to move in with you. It can even just be a positive message about something like redecorating or reorganizing your home, but it's for the best. It's for the better flow of energy. It's going to really help with your life path. It's a really positive omen just surrounding the home, but can be different for different people who pull the cards. So think about how it manifests for you. Mohammed says, does Sophia think or miss me in this week? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely is some thinking about you. Ray, uh, Ray, Pat, 80, I think. Will S, L, and I reconcile? I'm getting a high prominence on that actually, so that's good. Um, Tanya says, does my male cat Arrow act up? Why does my cat act up so much? Okay. It does feel like there's a lot of chaotic energies. So, maybe some pet Reiki might help with that, because it does feel like there's a lot of chaotic energies going on there. Like this, our pets and animals also have the chakra system. If there's a lot of chaotic energy, there might be a lot of energy. It's almost like us, like when we have low energy in the chakras, we might feel fatigued. When we have high chaotic energy in the chakras, we might feel all over the place and we're rushing. and getting things wrong. Firebird, is Scorpio going through karma at the moment, and why he being withdrawn? Okay. I do feel like there's an element of karma playing out at the moment on his path. Yes, I would say. But the withdrawn energy, I feel like it's distraction because there's more interest in other people, unfortunately. Mangala says, do you still see possibilities of separation as he carries grudges? Yes, unfortunately I do. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry to say that. Shelley says, will I be reunited with AJ by Christmas? Okay. I do feel like there's a possibility of this. I feel like mid-December there's a possibility, so it's cutting it pretty fine, but I do feel a possibility. Jasmine says Mike's profile popped up a few times on my Instagram too. Was that him getting my attention or an algorithm thing? If he was getting my attention, does he have something to say, and if so, what? Yeah, I really feel like it is to get your attention, and I feel like the message is very kind of like, I'm here, what about me, you know, like, I'm here to support you, you know, are you want to ask me for anything? I feel like it's just really an open protection support kind of energy. Beauty of Nature says, will Cruiser pass the exam? Okay, yes, I guess a yes on that. And also says, we'll go or come back to Cruiser. Okay, yes, I guess a yes on that. The Miss Elizabeth says, praise Jesus. Well, yeah, you know, thank you for dying for my sins, Jesus. Shally, is AJ spying on me? I guess a no on that. Just go Miss Cruiser. From time to time, I feel like it's infrequent, but I do feel like it's there. And also, is Quan Deal jealous of Cruiser? So I'm so sorry for my pronunciation of the names, guys. But is this person jealous? Okay. A little bit. There's a bit of jealous energy there. Tasha says, like 30. Oh, thank you so much. Will Connor message me for reconciliation? Yes. It doesn't feel like it'll be super soon, but I do get a yes, so that's good. Tanya says, does Honor regret losing me? Not really. There's some energy of that there, like doubt, but not really. Ellie Gooley, hello and welcome. Is that your name? I'm so sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Beauty of Nature. Does Goa regret about his behaviour? Every time I click the screen, it focuses different and it makes the light different, so I do apologise for that. I don't know what's going on. What does Goa regret about his behaviours towards Cruiser? Okay. I feel like the regret is kind of just like, you know, was I wrong for certain things? Could I have kind of been a bit more humble in certain situations? Kind of the energy that comes through. Shelley says, does AJ regret leaving me? I guess a yes. Tasha says, does Connor miss me and regret leaving? I do get missing you, but the regretting leaving, I feel like it's kind of like, it's contemplated. Like, do I regret it? Was it the right decision? It's more like that. Miss Venus, hello and welcome. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys wishing me well, asking how I am. I really appreciate that. Pooja, is a soulmate connection a long-term one, or there will be a separation from this one too after a period of time? It feels like it would be long-term, actually. Tasha says, does Connor think he'll find better than me? I feel like this, maybe I will. There's like, again, it's like this is one with contemplation. It's not like fully, yes, I can definitely do better, but it's like, can I, you know, contemplating. Ellie, will my mother, Aries, and Elisa, Gemini, overcome our issues soon, or are they just on parallel paths? Is it better now to keep my distance? Okay. I definitely feel like keeping the distance at the moment is a good idea. I feel like the issues can be overcome, but it feels like quite a drawn out process. I wouldn't even say near future. It seems quite drawn out, I'm sorry to say. Miss Venus, whose timeline for me meeting my soulmate and was the short hair one you have seen before. Okay. So getting yes on the being the short hair one. I'm getting yes on that. So let's see the timeline. Most prominently to me, it feels like before December. Like the beginning of December feels like a cut-off point to me. Oh, Tasha says I love your hair. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so so much. Thank you. Um, just likes to kind of decorate myself with some feathers. Miss Venus says, is O going to go on a trip for his birthday? And is he going to invite me? So I'm not 100% if there'll be a trip, but some kind of plan. You know, maybe it's something other than a trip, like a gathering of some kind. Like I get yes for like a plan of something, but there is a high prominence of inviting you. Yes, I do feel that. Firebird says, who is Scorpio romantically involved or interested in currently, and how is it going? So the romantic interest is kind of split between a few people, but most prominently, I feel like there's someone who he's talking to mostly online, who he met online, and then there's Mr. W as well. Um, Ali Gully, Fabio and I seem to be getting closer, which is amazing. Good, I'm glad. Do you also feel this is the case? We are at a distance now, but will eventually one of us move closer to the other and start being together? Okay, so you're long distance, seeing, gauging the energy of it and seeing the possibility of moving closer. Okay. Yeah, so definitely feeling the positive energy. Um, if so, unfortunately, at the moment, it seems most likely that this might be short-lived. But there is this possibility. I would say it's like 60% that it'll be short-lived and 40% that there's a chance of long-term. So 40% isn't great, of course. You know, it's not the most prominent, but it is something that can be worked on. If these feelings increase, continue, maybe there's a possibility for this path to change. It's not a no. It's not 0%. So you can definitely try and manifest that. Aries says, may I have a timeline for marriage proposal? Okay. I'm getting like mid to end of next year for that one. Mangala says, will he come out of past issues and accept his mistakes in the near future? I believe he still carries past memories and blames me. Yeah, I feel like more and more like there's possibility of this and that could be positive. I do feel like there's possibility. Ellie Gully says they moved to Greece, but I'm missing Italy, my home country. Where do you see me more thriving? Here, Italy, or anywhere else? Okay. So I get very high positive energy in Greece. I get very high positive energy of Greece. Of course, you'll be homesick at times and always go back to visit, but Greece seems highly, highly positive for you. Athenas, how did M take my soft rejection? Is he going to be cool about it? Okay. It feels like there's a bit of time to get over it, but it doesn't feel like it's too long. It does feel like it will be a short chapter, a short chapter of, oh, what a shame. Jasmine, in what ways will influencer Phil be like a distraction or a support? Will this be a romantic connection or me just ingesting his content and the information he puts out? Yes. Yeah, so it does seem to be about just taking in the content and kind of it being there as a thing like on the phone. It does that's how it feels, yes. Mohammed, do I have love debt in my past life? What is the remedy I can have? Um, it's a difficult one with that because we all have these different levels of connections, like soulmate energies, karmic, twin flame. We all have some level of it. If you didn't have any kind of debt in any areas of life, if karmic debt, you would have ascended. So you do have something. And to remedy it, the main thing, the best thing to do is to learn the lessons. You know, this is a really important thing that I do try to tell people. I try to tell everybody this, you know. If you keep, one thing that we do in love a lot of the time is we keep giving people chances when they're hurting us and doing the wrong thing. Eventually it gets to a point where you giving people a chance when they keep hurting you, you're getting the negative karma for that. You might think you're being nice by trying to see the light in someone, but it gets to a point where you are just as important and valuable as that person. And if you keep giving them a chance when you know that they're not going to do right with it, you're eventually giving your own self negative karma because you're not treating your own self right. You can get bad karma from not treating yourself right. This is why I always say self-care is not selfish. We need to engage in it, you know? But yeah, so let me just see. I do need to jump off in a moment, so I'm going to scroll down the chat. If there's anybody that I have not answered a question for yet, I will do that. So I will do anybody who's new, any questions I haven't answered, or anything maybe that catches my eye if there's no one new. Because I do need to jump off. I am sorry about that. I will do a love card for Aries because it's been a while since you've been on, so let's do a love card for Aries. Make the effort. This love is worth taking risks. You are caused to move forward. So just a little bit of support for your connection, I guess. You're welcome to those things. Thank you. Cody Bradford says, "Will I ever get married?" I guess a yes on that one. You're welcome, Shelley. You're so welcome. Tasha says you're so accurate with these. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback and the confirmation when you can give it. So I appreciate that. Samina, I stand current energies and next actions towards me. No contact. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really feeling full of intentions. I feel like there's a little bit of out of sight, out of mind energy, but I do feel the possibility of reaching out at some point. It doesn't feel very near future, so I'd say at least 3 months with that one. Cody also says when getting married. When? Okay, let's see if we can get a time date. So get more 2031, 2032 kind of energy there. Jarella, hello, welcome. Pusha, you're welcome, of course. Jarella says hello to everybody, very nice. Elvis says crystal ball reading. I'm wondering if I'm getting my matrix freedom check. I'm not sure what you're referring to here. Jarella says when will TL be reaching out? Okay. There does seem to be a possibility in around a 3-week period, so that's not too long, not too short. Oh, something official. Soyun official. So, I don't know how I'm pronouncing that. I'm so sorry. But you say, when will I meet my soulmate? Let's see if we can check it. So like I said, full name and date of birth does help me with accuracy, but I will still try the questions even if you guys don't want to give your full name and date of birth. So I don't know how I'm saying that. I don't know if I'm just a bit dumb, but I don't know how to pronounce that word. But S official, when will I meet my soulmate? Okay. It feels very in your current energies. It feels very close to you. Like it feels like maybe you've already crossed paths in some way, or there's already been some acquaintance in some way, or it's going to be very, very soon if not. Thank you, Miss Venus, for moderating. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Firebird. Aries, you're welcome. It's lovely to see you because it's been so long. It's lovely to see all of you, but it's nice to catch people who don't manage to make it too much. Jarella says, please like it. I greatly appreciate that. We managed to get like almost 90 likes on our last one, which I was so grateful and surprised at. But 36, even 36 is really great for me, so I really appreciate that. £600,000 Matrix freedom check. Are you a free man on the land by any chance? It sounds like that to me. Name is Anya. Ananya? Well, even if I'm pronouncing it wrong, it sounds nice. So yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, guys. Love, light, and blessings to each of you. It's been very nice to be able to connect with you. I'm so sorry that I only have an hour today. But like I said, so I do have a busy day tomorrow. If I can get on in the evening, I will. But I can't really promise tomorrow evening because I'm so busy. But Tuesday will be a definite for streaming. And like I said, if I have to do back to back for members streams for the end of the month to catch up, because we don't have long. We're on like 25th. So I'm going to have to do a channeling and some crystal balls. I'm going to have to get them in. If I'm sure that we'll manage to get them in before the end of the month. But I can always do extra next month if needed. I do appreciate you guys having patience and holding space for me at this time. All of the positive energy prayers that you've sent me, I really have felt. So I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, it's been nice to connect. I feel more like myself getting back into streaming with you guys. I really want to keep it up, like I said. Like, I want to do at least 5 times a week regularly. So really trying, but as we, go with the flow of life, we come to speed bumps, and it happens. So I hope that I can hold space for you when it happens to you, and I really appreciate that you holding space for me when it happens to me. So yes. Love, light, and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you soon. And as I always say, don't be shy. All of my information is in the description of the video. My Facebook, email, and Discord are the ways to private message me if you need to for anything, questions, queries, sessions, anything you want. And yeah, just don't be shy. Stay in touch. And if you do need anything, and if you still need replies from me for something, just prompt me. I don't feel like you're nagging if you prompt me, because I appreciate it, So sometimes I need that. It's just me here, and when something goes on and I have to kind of prioritize things, things do fall behind, or I do miss things. So I apologize for it, and I try not to, but love, light, and blessings, and thank you for your patience. It's been really nice to catch up with you, and I hope to see you very soon.